Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Shem Rakakwadash. Again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who deserve double honors. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim out down the highways and byways, pushing this truth, alright? Trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect. Hey, because time is short. This is Naaman with the DC Camp, and as a disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowances made for fair use for, purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research, Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not profiting from this. I'm just playing this video using it as a tool to teach. So here we are. This video is going to be concerning breeding farms at this devil. When the trafficking across the ocean was abolished, this diabolical piece of shit, what he did, he started the concept of, well, I'm going to have breeding farms so I can keep this shit going, and to this day, this piece of shit, doesn't think he's going to have to pay for this. And it didn't just stop there, as you know, after the Civil War. Well, actually in the middle of it, 1863, they passed the Emancipation Proclamation, but the date that everyone of course recognizes 1865, because that's when down in Texas they eventually got it. So and afterwards, of course, they, because free labor, they were used to that. So we had to, let's see, what else, how are we gonna continue this shit? These motherfuckers. Oh, I know, the prison industry. And this shit still goes on to this day. So we are 100 and a long time. I'll just put it at that. And shit is not going to change. So for all you that are, quit complaining, just get a job. First of all, what's that expression about the best slave is the one who thinks he's free? Yeah, that fits a lot of you. You don't see what's going on because you're all caught up in chasing that bullshit ass money, which is getting ready to be abolished because he's changing the system. For those of you that read or at some time were read Revelation 13 and 16, you never gave it a second thought and said, oh, that ain't gonna happen, because what? You thinking this system that you currently have is gonna go on forever. Oh no. You're gonna find out, as we've been trying to tell you, who this motherfucker really is. He is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. He is the devil. Devil just means liar and deceiver. This is all he's about. This, nothing on his mind except for murder and mayhem, rape and robbery. He's never going to change, because that's what he was created to do. A lot of you are starting to see that. So let's go ahead and roll this. And this correct title here says Filthy, Disgusting, Nasty Sex on the Slave Ships. There's another one I'll have. I was going to try to combine the two, but it won't be enough time. So here we go. Did you hear that? A profound new era. So this is different from all those in the past, because you have some of these assholes that claim, well, everybody was that slave. No, this is a unique system that continues to this day. And they don't want to acknowledge that. But you need to be aware of that. The Emancipation Proclamation did not set you free. Alright, this devil, like I said, he's a liar and deceiver. When Lincoln had suggested that, and I don't have my book on me right now, but it was a book that Dr. Claude Anderson, who back in the 90s, he did his Powernomics, and he also wrote a book, which I used to have, I don't have it no more. It was called Black Labor, White Wealth. Alright, and there's another book I just got like a couple of months ago. It's called How White Folks Got So Rich. I recommend, like I've been since I got it, that you get that book. It's a little old thing, maybe, so tall, so wide, packed full of information on how they screwed us over on purpose. Alright, you were never, ever, don't get caught up in because a few of us have what you consider riches, which they're not. And with Kanye and Kyrie, they prove that they can take it away at any time. Alright, so let's get back to this. Oh, like he said, this is a unique type of slavery. Got to go to the scriptures now. This is, that's what we're all about. This is Daniel 9 and 12. Alright, it says Daniel's prayer for his people. Verse 12, and he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. Isn't this red, nasty, smelly, stinking, arrogant piece of shit that's over us? Isn't this a great evil? For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem. Even though they try, and it works for a lot of people because of Edomite supremacy, they try to divert attention with that Holocaust bullshit, saying it was them. No. And you're going to keep seeing that shit pushed. Alright, but this is the game that they're playing. You need to be aware of that. Because a lot of that also, when they ask the Germans, well, you say you're just following orders, but where did these ideas come from? And they will tell you, if it's even on history.com, Jim Crow and the Third Reich, the examples that were set for them was what was done to us. Alright? Oh, man. Anyway, let's continue. And you need to be aware also that this never stopped. He just changes tactics. Alright. Wealth is still being extracted. Look at Haiti. Look at all. They just had a thing here in DC back in December where they had so-called African nations come here in a little summit type thing, and being exploited. Of course, we're not Africans. These are Israelites. This is what we are. All right. That's another thing that these Amalekites, these so-called Jews, have been successful in pushing that. Well, we're all Africans. No, we weren't. All right. We use that Zondervan Bible Dictionary, and I think is it Young's, and it tells you that we were never, ever Hamites. We're Shemites. All right. And no, the so-called white man is not Japheth. He is also a Shemite, but he comes out of line of Jacob's brother Esau. It's all right. He's a red Hebrew Edomite. He's not an Israelite. So they play these games with you. They call themselves Israelis. That just means they're occupiers of the land. That's it. That's it. And some of those definitions will tell you that they're not one and the same. You cannot call a modern day Israeli, all right? He's not, he never was an Israelite, all right? Those in the past. And those people over there in that region, they know this. There's three, some say two, I say three places that shit don't fly. That's the Vatican, Northern Africa, and that region over there, those nations in the immediate vicinity of the Holy Land, all right? And that's a big thing with these devils even to this day. They love stripping Jake butt naked, you know? Freak ass. Hey, and they really think, they're arrogant enough to think that nothing's going to happen to us. But let's get a couple of verses here. This is Revelation 13 and 10. It says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. And this is where, you know, faith does indeed come into play, because you got to remember, we're on a different time schedule than the Most High. You know, he's bound by his word and prophecy. All right. So, and this is why, you know, this devil's pride has been allowed to swell, because he really thinks, all right, oh man, yeah, he thinks, you know, hey, Psalms 49:11. Let's get this one real quick. It's Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. It says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, all right, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right. So you got to understand, we're being chastised. We're being tested. All right. We're in the process of being cleansed. All right. See, not all Israel is getting out of this. That's why there's a remnant. All right. An election. Hopefully, I'm a part of that. Hopefully, the men that I'm with are part of that. All right. This is a trial. This is what we're being tried. All right. All Israel's not going to make it out like he took everybody out of Egypt. Oh, it ain't going to work that time. And even then, he had them walk around effectively in a big circle for 40 years. Why? Because like modern day Jake, in ancient times, they had Egypt on the brain. Today, it's about America and the things going on in America. all the wicked ass shit, and this is what Jake is preoccupied with. Oh no, that shit ain't gonna fly. Alright, so let's go back. Again, these things are continue to this day. So all those pieces of shit that just say get over it, we can't. Why? I'm gonna show you why. But you smart ass pieces of shit. It's called, and I like to use this, whoops. Colonial mentality. Alright, what the hell did I do? For some reason, for some reason the camera went out. Don't know why. Alright, there we go. Anyway, colonial mentality. This is why I use this instead of Stockholm Syndrome. A colonial mentality is the internalized attitude of ethnic or cultural inferiority felt by people as a result of colonization or colonization. For example, them being colonized by another group. It corresponds with the belief that the cultural values of the colonizer are inherently superior to one's own. The term has been used by post-colonial scholars to discuss, and here's the key word that separates this from Stockholm: transgenerational effects of colonialism present in former colonies following decolonization. Now let's look up that word, transgenerational. Transgenerational trauma is the psychological and physiological effects that the trauma experienced by people has on subsequent generations in that group. Remember Dr. Joy DeGruy, I guess, I hope I hadn't messed that name up. She wrote the book, what? Post-traumatic slave syndrome, all right, or something to that effect. Post-traumatic slave disorder, you know, I can't remember exactly. The primary modes of transmission are the uterine environment during pregnancy, causing epigenetic changes in the developing embryo. Fancy way of saying we're still under the curses. All right, that's all it is. That's why I like to use this instead of Stockholm. All right. All right, so let's go back to the video. Yeah, because they not only raped the women, they did it to children and the men also. All right, that was one of the things that, you know, they call buck breaking. All right, and again, you would be stripped naked in front of everybody, and faggoty plantation owner and or ship's captain or whatever, you know, but it's mainly associated with the plantation. And this can also be associated with the prison industry. These wicked ass COs will let shit go on. Alright. Somebody they don't like. Alright. They'll allow shit to go on. Especially, it's some wicked ass shit, man. Nope. Yep. Damn. And this is something that they will deny, alright, because we're supposed to be so passive, but Jake did resist, you know. Um, but again, it's futile because you have to look at the overall system here, alright. And it continues. It's not, what they've managed to do is exploit Jake, alright, for your talents. You got to remember during that time also, a lot of inventions that Jake not being in a position to, alright, he wasn't recognized by the law in any case. So a lot of the inventions, who do you think got the credit? Yeah, so this devil has a whole lot to answer for. And, he's being set up like no one else in the history of the world. And it's beautiful because you're seeing his downfall now. You don't get away with nothing. Alright? And I'm sure a lot of them, I don't know, so I don't want to say a lot. Enough of them know, because like you say, if you want to know what's going on in the world, you pay attention to how and what the millionaires and billionaires are spending their money on. What do you think? Bonkers. Alright, yeah, so they are wise enough in that respect to realize that this shit going down. But what does Jake do? Nah. All caught up in the NBA, NFL, maybe not so much Major League Baseball, but, sports and, other bullshit. Hence, when Jacob's trouble comes, oh my goodness. There's reasons that Daniel 12 and other scripture like that are in the Bible. All right, we're heading in a time that has never before been seen or will be seen thereafter, to where it says the Archangel Michael will have to stand up for our people. All right, because this devil got plans. This new system he's trying to usher in, this new world order. Remember, the motto for that is no mercy. All right. So I always put this out there. We know, including this video you just saw, all the atrocities that this devil committed in establishing, you know, what he's got now. I always pose the question. So what do you think he's going to do to try to keep it? Yeah, you need to think about that. Hey, so till the next video, hey, shalom.